And with how long the band has been around now, you've seen a lot of changes in the lineup, which can also be, disheartening. And I guess this is kind of a philosophical question, but those are my favorite. So do you think that the music that the Anix makes is in a way like greater than the people who make it? I mean, of course, the band wouldn't be the band without you, but I guess what I mean is when you all get together and make music, is there something extra that's created beyond like just the individual contributions, if you want to call it spirit of creativity or inspiration or God? Does that make any sense at all?
Yeah. I don't know. There just takes, it's a certain type of person to be in a touring band that really takes it seriously. We've had a lot of members that, they jumped in because they thought something was going to happen right away. And that type of person is in it for the wrong reason. So you need, to find people that want to play music because they, truly love playing music, and they're not in it to make money. They're not in it for fame or for self-promotion or anything like that. That's absolutely the hardest part about doing a band. And that's why we've had so many lineup changes, is because, you meet people, and, it seems like it's the right fit. And then, everyone kind of just takes it as it's just in the moment. That's what they want to do for the, that day or that year. But to find people that actually want to stick it out and that see what touring is all about, and what being a real touring band is like, that's unbelievably hard to find people that are willing to stick that part out.
Well, I guess that's part of when something special happens, when you've got all those people who are really in it 100%.
Definitely. With my brother in the band, he's always been a part of it since the start. So that's just kind of a natural fit. And then Chris, playing guitar, he's been there since day one also, helping out with things. So the people that are in the band now have been there since the start. So it seems like finally have things kind of in order.
So do you feel that, when you write songs, have you ever gotten that, again, on the philosophical end, that you've finished something and you go, wow, where did that come from?
Yeah, a lot of songs, you sit there for days, and literally it's the only thing you do for, a week solid, 24 hours a day. You're just working on the song. So by the time it's done, the last thing on earth you want to do is listen to it again. But after, like a week passes and you put it, play the song in your car or whatever, and, you get to kind of hear it for the first time again, then things start unraveling. I sometimes, actually a lot of the time, don't understand why I wrote certain lyrics or what it came from, but after listening to it, then I'll figure out why I wrote it. So it's like, as I'm writing these lyrics and stuff, I'm kind of not there as I'm writing them, just because I'm, so buried in the song, and then once I step back, it kind of makes sense. It's part of just kind of losing yourself in the song, in the moment, when you're writing it all. During that process, that's when you're most vulnerable, and I guess that's when the truth comes out. And then, in normal, everyday life, you're not like that. You're not exposing yourself in that way. So that's why it takes a little while to write songs now. Just that moment doesn't happen often.
So if it's not too personal of a question, so what is your personal belief system? Do you consider yourself a spiritual person or a religious person? And if you do, does that have any influence on the music?
I guess more spiritual. I'm not really big into either, just because I have so many unanswered questions, and I've seen so many things that really can't be answered by any religion. There's just no explanation to certain things I have that have happened to me, happened to my family. Yeah, I don't really want to preach or anything like that about that stuff, but I guess right now I'm kind of not into anything.
I guess I'm very open to everybody's beliefs, so I'm kind of, if you're a good person, that's all that matters, and I can tell you're a very good person, so so thank you for that. And I guess if you're a cynic, you could say you acting like that is just good PR, but I can tell real from phony, and you are real. So.
Yeah, that's it.
And you are very friendly and very nice and very down to earth and just a fantastic person. But without naming any names, have you ever met a musical hero that was a real disappointment, a real jerk in real life?
Yeah, I had a couple experiences like that. One person I really looked up to, we were on tour, and we were actually opening. I mean, it was a festival. We were playing on the same stage as him, and I got to meet him briefly, and it just wasn't what I expected. It kind of just got blown off and everything. But later on, after the tour, we ended up in a rehearsal room right next door to them out in L.A. So he actually remembered who I was, and then we started talking for a while, and that kind of made up for it. But we always meet people that are just, actually it's more of the people working the stage than the musicians that are the assholes that we meet. There's so many egos with sound guys and, people setting up the stage and all that. That's the most disappointing part, definitely.
But we both know one person who is a genius musician and an incredible, amazing human being and and that is Stefan Groth of Apoptygma Berzerk. And
definitely.
And some people might not know that not only are you a core member of the Anix, you are also a member of Apoptygma Berzerk. So how did that happen? How did it go from opening for Apop to actually becoming part of Apop? What was that whole story?
Well, being on tour, you have a lot of free time, just kind of sitting in the dressing rooms. He and I just, kind of clicked instantly. We had the same kind of problems within the band, and we had the same, ideas and musical influences, and we just, in that short tour over in Germany, we just became really good friends right off the bat. And I've been a fan of the band since like '99, and that was one of the reasons why I started incorporating keyboards in my music and programmed synthesizers, and that sound was based on them. So once we had the opportunity to do this tour, of course, it was a no-brainer. We had to do it. And then we talked on Skype, actually, before the tour. We talked for about an hour, and after that, I knew everything was going to be cool. He was just, I don't know, I guess since we're both frontmen, and, obviously he and his band and me and the Anix, we have the same kind of struggles, and that's kind of what clicked, I guess.
So is that, since you're playing in both bands, is that difficult to deal with at all, like being the front man for one band and being the side man for another, especially in a band where the front man is the band?
I've never done it where we're playing the same show. So, where I'm playing in both bands in the same show.
Right. So
this tour is definitely going to be a challenge. But I think I can do it. I actually enjoy playing in Apop because I don't have to, I'm not in charge of doing everything. Stefan's in charge of, the band. So I get to kind of, in a way, relax because I'm so used to the Anix where I'm doing everything in it. When I'm playing with Apop, it's almost like a fun vacation type thing where it's like, I don't know, it's fun.
The pressure's off for once.
Yeah, definitely.
And I guess that's more common in Europe anyway, where bands seem to share members all the time. And I think that's great. It has more of this vibe of like, the music is more important than the individual egos.
Yeah. It was cool. I was friends with the original members of the band. And everyone's still friends. There's no bad blood within anything. But during that tour, I played, I think, 2 shows with them, with Apop, before I actually joined the band, and where I just kind of went up as a guest guitar player on a couple songs, and it was fun. It felt right for everyone. So I guess that's kind of how it